There's a specific kind of hard that doesn't get talked about. It's not failure, it's doing everything right, taking the actions, putting in the work, showing up consistently, and still not seeing it move. And at some point, your brain stops looking at the actions and starts looking at you. And it lands on something that's very hard to shake. Maybe the problem isn't what you're doing, maybe the problem is you. That thought, once it's there, is the wind you're marching into for everything that comes after it. Here's how the pattern usually goes. You look at what you're doing, and it's right. You can see that it's right. If someone else were doing the same things, they'd be making progress. But for you, it's not moving. And the only variable that's different between you and that hypothetical person is you. So the brain does what it does. It looks for an explanation. And when it can't find one in the actions, it finds one in the person taking them. There's a blind spot. There's something you're missing that everyone else can see. Something inherently off that's creating drag on everything you do. And the brutal part of this pattern is that it doesn't stop you. You keep going, you keep taking the actions, but now you're doing it while carrying this narrative that says the real obstacle isn't external, it's something baked into who you are. And that's exhausting in a specific way that's hard to explain to anyone who hasn't felt it. Because from the outside, you look fine, you're still functioning, still moving, still trying, but inside now you're marching into a headwind that's entirely self-generated. Here's what I want to say about that narrative. The something is wrong with me story, right? It feels like a conclusion, like your brain ran the evidence and landed somewhere logical. But it's not a conclusion. It's a story your brain wrote to fill a gap it couldn't otherwise explain. The human brain is a meaning-making machine. When there's a gap between effort and result, it needs a reason for that. And if the reason isn't in the actions, and you've already checked the actions, the brain goes looking somewhere else. It goes looking in you. Not because it found something there, because it needed to put the explanation somewhere. The narrative isn't evidence, it's a placeholder. And the problem with the placeholder is that once it's in place, it starts functioning like evidence. It starts shaping how you interpret everything that follows. You try something and it doesn't work. And the narrative says, see, that confirms it. You succeed at something small and the narrative discounts it. The story becomes the lens, and the lens distorts everything you look at through it. There's a framework in psychology called self-discrepancy theory. It describes the gap between who you actually are and who you believe you should be. And the research is clear on what happens when that gap is wide. It doesn't just create discomfort, it creates a specific kind of flatness, a sense that you're operating below some standard that you can't quite reach, even when you can't name what the standard is. The gap isn't always about external success. Sometimes it's subtler than that. It's the feeling that the version of you that would be getting results, that version exists and you're not it. And you don't know what's different about that version, which means you can't close the gap, which means the narrative keeps running. The brain has a specific bias for this kind of explanation. Psychologists call it personalization. When outcomes are uncertain or ambiguous, the brain tends to attribute failure internally rather than externally. Not because you're broken, because the brain prefers explanations it can theoretically control. If the problem is you, then in theory you can fix you. External explanations offer no control. The brain finds that less tolerable, so it points inward even when pointing inward isn't accurate. And then there's the dopamine piece. When you're running this pattern for a while, taking action, not seeing results, carrying the weight of the narrative, your reward system starts to flatten. The anticipation of results stops generating a signal. Not because you stopped caring, because the brain has started associating effort with disappointment, and it protects itself by blunting the warning. That's that hollow feeling. That's the going through the motions feeling. It's not apathy, it's a nervous system that learned to protect itself from another round of I tried and it confirmed that story. The instinct in this pattern is to work harder, try more things, prove the narrative wrong through results. And I totally understand this instinct, but it doesn't work because you're taking the narrative as the premise and trying to disprove it through action. The narrative just reframes every action. It didn't work, confirms it. Worked, outlier, doesn't count. The move that actually disrupts it is different. It's questioning the narrative itself, not suppressing it, not arguing with it, but actually examining the logic. Your brain concluded something is inherently wrong with you because effort hasn't produced the results you expected. That's the full chain. And the chain has assumptions in it. What's the timeline you're measuring against? Who determined that timeline? What does working actually look like at this stage? And is that definition accurate? Or is it something you absorbed from somewhere without ever choosing it? These aren't rhetorical questions. They're the actual places where the narrative starts to loosen. Not because you've talked yourself, out of it, because you found the specific assumptions that the narrative is built on. And those assumptions turn out to be softer than they originally looked. The other piece is separating action from identity. This is harder than it sounds, but continuing to take right actions while allowing that narrative to run full volume in the background doesn't just feel bad, it degrades the quality of the actions that you're taking. The wind is real, it costs energy, and redirecting some of that energy toward examining the narrative isn't avoidance, it's actually the more efficient move. I want to ask you something here. Is there a version of the something is wrong with me narrative running somewhere in the background for you right now? Not necessarily loud. Sometimes it's just a low-level hum underneath everything, a quiet assumption that other people don't have this particular issue. If that's you, drop something in the comments. You don't have to explain it. Even just knowing it's a pattern that other people carry changes something about how heavy it feels to carry it.